Why can't weekends just be 3 days long? Let's talk about that for a second. Hey, hello, and welcome back. I've gotten a lot of questions. People have asked how I quit my job. So I thought I'd do a quick video and tell you a little bit more about it. If you're new to my channel, first, welcome. Hello, my name is LaTisha Styles, and I am here to help you make more money. The way that I was able to quit my job was that I started making more money. Okay, so let's kind of go back for a little bit. Let me give you a little bit of the story time, okay? So take a moment, sip on your tea, and let's think back for a moment. When I was in high school, I knew that I wanted to go to college because that's what everybody was doing. They said, hey, go to college, and if you're, intelligent, we'll put you on the college career path. And so I said, okay, great. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get an awesome job, and I'm gonna get out of school, and I'm gonna have this awesome life. I imagined myself in a white suit with a briefcase, like just being super fly. And then I got out of high school and I realized that everybody around me that had a full-time job, they hated their job. They were like, I don't like what I'm doing. Or even if they did like what they were doing, they were frustrated that they had to go back to work on Mondays. I mean, can you relate? Is it frustrating to go to work on a Monday when you really feel like you should be sleeping? Like, why can't weekends be 3 days? Let's talk about that for a second. So I thought we should be able to go to work whenever we feel like it. Like, I should be able to, at least me, maybe not everybody else, but I should be able to go to work whenever I feel like it. I decided after I graduated college that I was just gonna work, just essentially wherever. I was like, I don't want a cubicle job. I was working, picking up clothes and putting them back on the hangers at this cute little store. And then I was like, well, I don't really like doing this anymore, so let me go try to make some more money. If you're working retail, you probably know that it doesn't pay that much. And it was just really frustrating. So I was like, okay, maybe let me try out this cubicle life just a little bit. So I actually decided to get a job. It took me a while to get one. When I finally did get a job, I was like, okay, this cubicle life is not that bad. I'm going to work, I'm meeting people, I'm making friends. We were going out on weekends. There's no 5 o'clock happy hour without a 9 to 5. I started hanging out with people and I was like, okay, this is not so bad. I started feeling that pull of entrepreneurship again. It's important to understand that when you feel that pull, like you can't shake it. So I started feeling that pull and I started to say, okay, what can I do? Like, I know it's time for me to move on. I started looking for different jobs, and then I just kept looking. I was like, nothing is gonna be better than this job I have right now. Like, the job that I had actually was pretty nice. So I said, okay, 2 years from now, I'd like to leave my job. I wanna give you sort of my 3-step process that I use in order to leave my job and work for myself full time. The first thing I did was I set a deadline. I said, okay, it's time for me to leave. So I set up a 2-year budget and I said, within 2 years, I wanna make sure that I have all of my credit cards paid off and I wanna pay off my car loan. And so that 2-year budget helped me to get rid of a lot of that stuff. So that was the first thing that I did. The second thing that I did was I started saving. I set a goal of about 6 months worth of savings. And in order to do this, I realized that the savings were gonna need to go towards my expenses in case I didn't make enough as an entrepreneur. A lot of times people focus on how much you can save, but what I wanted to focus on was how to reduce my expenses. So if you can reduce your expenses, then you won't need to save as much, right? The lower you can get your expenses, the better off you'll be. So I started to minimize my expenses. I got my expenses down to one single paycheck. Every month I was able to save an entire paycheck, and every month I spent an entire paycheck. I had the opportunity to walk away anytime I wanted to. So that was the second thing that I did. And then the last thing that I did was I increased my income. So I made it a point to continue working on what I was doing in my business and with Young Finances so that I could increase my income. And I want to help you do the same. I've partnered with Tanya Rafley of My Fab Finance, and we have a special presentation just for you where we're going to show you how to financially prepare to be your own boss. Does that sound cool? We did a full training for you, and all you have to do is text Be the Boss to 678-506-7543. When you do that, I'll respond back to you and ask you, hey, what's your email address? And then you'll be able to get started. I'll also leave more information in the description. So I would love to see you on that training. You can choose the time that works for you. But if you're ready to start shifting and be your own boss, then you're gonna need to financially prepare first. And this training is gonna help you do that. So don't forget that text code. I've got it on the screen and I'll have it in the description box below. And finally, if you've been enjoying these videos, please take a moment, like, subscribe, because I've got new videos coming to you every single Tuesday. And the other thing that I would love for you to do is leave a comment in the box below. I'm creating new videos and I want to know from you, what are your questions on making more money? Do you have questions on starting a side hustle, being an entrepreneur? Like, do you want to know what my day is like or what my office looks like? Which, by the way, this is part of it. But this is the clean part of my office. But if you'd like to know more about that, I'd love to chat with you. I will be doing a live Q&A session on YouTube at the end of each week to answer your questions. So I'll pop in the comment box here and there, but if you really want to get those questions answered, then you should come on to the live stream that I'll have for you every single week. Thank you for clicking like and subscribing, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.